In this demo, I'm going to show you how to transfer parts from one store to one of your other stores. This is called multi-store in RepairTRAX, where you have multiple subscriptions, multiple locations. But in this particular regard, we're going to send some parts from store A to store B because store B is low on parts. So let's see how this is going to work. Okay, I'm Dave Heiliger. I'm at store A, or the sample repair shop, as you can see here. And now I'm going to show you that I can jump to my store B by using the switch button. I'm going to pull down the jump to store drop down, and you can see the stores. I have the PC and Mac repair store, and I have the sample repair shop that I'm at now. So obviously I can jump from store A to store B. I'm not going to jump. I actually have another window open on the other store, and so I'm going to alt tab over to that and show you that store right now. Okay, here's my other store, store B, or the PC and Mac repair store, and I'm a different user. I'm Glenn, if you see here. Glenn is just like me at the other store. He's an admin, and he can be in charge of things such as receiving parts. Glenn is also enabled to jump from store to store, which is part of the requirement to send and receive parts. You have to be able to see multiple stores. So let's take a look at that real quick. Once again, I'll click the switch button and show the contents of the jump to store dropdown. And there they are, both stores. So Glenn can see both stores as well. Now let's have Glenn take a look at the parts transfer situation for this store at this moment. First I'll go to the admin area, and then click the parts and labor button, and then click the XFers or transfer button. This button only shows up if you're an admin and you can see multiple stores. Okay, this is a clean slate. It shows new transfers, like how to initiate a transfer. It shows transfers that are outgoing. There are no outgoing transfers. And it shows transfers incoming. There are no incoming transfers. I'm also going to show you the vendors right now just for demonstration purposes, because when you transfer parts, the vendors come across if you don't have the vendor defined. So let's take a look at our vendors. As you can see, there are no vendors defined, but this will change upon a part transfer. Now I'm going to jump back over to the other store using Alt Tab to go to my other window. And now I'm going to jump to the admin area and go to Parts and Labor and click the Transfer tab. Here too we see a clean slate. No new transfers, no outgoing transfers, no incoming transfers. But since I want to do a new transfer, you have to search for the part to find the part that you want to transfer first. So there's a hyperlink right here where I can click and get the ball rolling. Just like with every other part search, you just enter something. I'm entering in 40 GB for a 40 gigabyte hard drive. Let's see what I find. Okay, it's showing the part I want. Notice I have 8 new ones and 0 used ones. And also notice that it has a unique part ID. Let's take a look at the options I can do with this part. Well, there we go. I can edit the part, and notice that since I have new parts, I can also transfer new parts. And notice also that since I don't have any used parts, there is no XFer used. However, I did have used parts. A third item on the drop-down would be XFer used. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to click the Edit button. All I wanted to do here was point out that there is a vendor defined for this part from the list of all of my vendors. That was the only reason to click Edit, was to show you that I had a vendor. So I'm going to cancel now. And then go back to my Options drop-down. Again, just as a reminder, if I had used and new, I'd see 2 XFer options. But since I only have new, I only see XFer new. And that's the option I'm going to choose. I'm going to start a new transfer. Notice now that the new transfer area is populated with the part I chose. It has all the part information on it. Now let's talk about unique IDs. It's good to have a unique ID for all your parts, and it's even better if the unique ID matches from store to store. So I'm just showing you now that this part has a unique ID, and if the unique ID and part existed on store B, the store I'm going to transfer it to, it would just increment the count of the inventory. If the unique ID does not match at all, it will create the part. You can always click the Help button to get further information on how transfers work with unique part IDs, etc. Since I only have 2 stores, it automatically determines that the target store is going to be my other store, which is PC and Mac Repair. If I had 3 or more stores, there would be a drop down here. Next, let's take a look at the quantity drop down. Notice since I only had 8 total new parts, I can only ship the maximum amount 1 to 8. For this demo, I'm going to ship 2. The next 2 fields are optional, and I'll just put in some optional text. And then click Submit. Okay, screen's updated with an outgoing transfer. I can delete it if I want by clicking the Delete checkbox. And now I'm going to jump over to the other store and take a look at what the transfer looks like there. I'll click the Xfers tab, and looky there, there's an incoming transfer. Notice the unique ID. Let's take a look at that unique ID to reinforce some concepts here. Let's see if this part exists. I'll do this by searching on the part. Okay, there you have it. The part doesn't exist. So that means not only does the part not exist, but the vendor doesn't exist either. Now let's say we received the part and we're ready to accept it. It says I need to click the checkbox once I receive it and then click Submit. Okay, the slate is clean, but did I get the parts? Let's take a look. The first thing I'm going to do is see if the vendor was added since the part never existed. Okay, that looks good. Now let's check for the part. Looks good. There's the part. There's a number in inventory. And there's the unique part ID. And if I edit this part, okay, there's the vendor, the unique part ID, the quantity in stock is correct. Thanks for choosing RepairTRAX. Enjoy.